We've all been there, right? Trapped in a prison of our own making. Walls that we built brick by brick. The walls that were built by pride. The walls that were built by fear. The walls that were built by unspoken pain. The shame of asking for help. And I know you've been there where you found yourself sitting in the dark, feeling all alone, yet surrounded by a lot of people. Telling yourself one story over and over again. I'm alone. No one cares. Or just the shame of what if people find out that I'm cheating. Oh, that was my life. And what I know is that shame always whispers, you are alone, no one understands. And you've got that belief that asking for help is a weakness, the fear of being vulnerable. I wore that mask for a long time. I wore that mask for a long time. Until one day when I was separated from my children, I received a call. And I remember by then the person who called said, you may need to sit down for this one. And then she said, your daughter had an accident. I don't know if she's going to walk again. Oh, God. I was tired. And at that moment, the only thing that I could whisper, but no one could barely hear what I was saying, was just that I'm tired of being strong. And at that moment, it's like I gave the baggage that I was carrying the permission to dissolve. And I'm just inviting you as we hear. Imagine there is something beside you and you're just putting everything inside. Where are you not feeling comfortable asking for help? Where are you afraid of what people may think if they know the truth of what you're going through? Where are you afraid of being vulnerable? Because vulnerability is not a surrender, it's a revolution. And it's quite interesting doing this work for 7+ years now. I worked with people whose marriages, relationships were on the verge of being broken. But it was not because they don't love each other. It was because they were all holding their baggages to themselves. They were afraid of opening up to each other. And you know that could be the small thing that is between you and the love that you truly desire? I've had a lot of people tell me that. I thought asking for help meant I was broken. My pride wouldn't let me ask for help. But yet, it costs you everything if you allow it. And the moment you choose to speak up, the moment you choose to ask for help, that's the moment you become free. So I'm just here to ask you to let go of the shame of asking for help. You are not meant to do this thing called life by yourself. You are not meant to hold on everything that you're holding. Because one thing that I tell people, most of the stuff are not even yours. You carry the baggage of your ancestors. And you telling me that you can carry it by yourself? I don't think so. You are not meant to. And I'm just here to invite you to flip and switch that light and allow the magical, magnificent being that you are to emerge. I'm asking you to rewrite your story so that your story doesn't end in silence. This is why I'm big on healing so loud, so that many do not die in silence. And when you choose to open up, your connection is gonna strengthen. You're gonna have amazing connection in your relationship, whether it's professional or personal. You're gonna speak your truth, and it's gonna help you to attract the people who are really for you. Because those who are not meant to be in your space, or who do not have the capacity to hold space for a king or the queen that you are, they're gonna leave your space. And that needs one moment of courage for you to step in and realize that it's not as scary as I thought, right? And are you willing to give yourself that, especially as 2024 is ending? Just to say, I've had dreams, I've made promises to myself, but I was never able to live them because I'm holding myself back and thinking that I have to do it by myself. But you've been doing it for years. Tell me the results that you got. How has it been? Are you proud of what you have achieved, or you believe it could have been better if someone held your hand and showed you the courage that you cannot see, and showed you the confidence, the beauty that is within you, that you're afraid of embracing? What if you just let go of that? Asking for help is a superpower. That's your magic. Because the moment you give that shame and that inner voice, that critic voice and everything, when you give that a voice, that shame dies. When you bring that into the light, because many people are afraid of their shadows. And I've worked with a lot of people with a lot of, they've been through a lot. And funny enough, then they didn't cause it. When life happens, whether you are abandoned, rejected, betrayed, abused, it's not your fault. And then you wonder, why do you have to live in there and repeat this over and over again? And some of you, your breakthroughs are in that I need help. Just 3 words. I need help. I'm telling you, when I said, I'm tired of being strong, that changed a lot of things for me. That changed a lot. And at times I would cry before I even say a word, because it was hard. It's something that I needed to practice. And if I tell you the story of where I learned that it's not safe to ask for help. I was 14 years when my father died. And I gathered the courage to ask for help, because before that, he was my person. Every time I needed something, I knew that my father was going to provide that. And after he died, I was like, oh shit, what am I going to do? And I remember I gathered courage. I practice, if you don't have confidence or you're afraid of something, you practice something over and over in your head. So I did that. And then at the moment, and I still remember, like to this day, we're just by the line where we're hanging clothes. And I spoke to my sister and I said, I asked for the money that I wanted to buy some shoes or something like that. I don't know what the heck was wrong or what was going on in her head. And her response was, oh, you thought your father was going to live forever. Shit. That crushed me. And I learned that it's not safe to ask for help. So I invite you to breathe in, connect to your body as I'm sharing what I'm sharing. What are memories that are coming through? Where do you feel that in your body? Just connect. It's safe. And what part of you feels ashamed of asking for help? Where did you learn that? And just imagine, how would your life change if you allow yourself to receive the support that you deserve? How would that change your life? Just step into that. And here is the challenge. Reach out to someone that you trust. It may be a mentor, a healer, a therapist, but I'm inviting you to reach out to me because I've got something for you. I call it a play offer. I'm giving you a 30-minute session with me one-on-one at more than probably around 70% discount. Yes, I want you to win. I want you to end this year strong so that you can step into 2025 unapologetic and unstoppable. So reach out to me, and who else need to hear this? Share this video with them, but most importantly, subscribe to my YouTube channel because that's where I go live as we are letting go. And today it was just simple. Let go of the shame of asking for help, because asking for help is your flipping superpower. And many of your relationship can shift when you choose to be vulnerable. Because when you are vulnerable, it's not even about being vulnerable with other people. It's about you listening to you. It's being vulnerable with yourself and being willing to hear you for the first time, being willing to hear that inner child for the first time, being willing to hear those whispers that are coming from your soul. Because your soul knows what you're here for. Sometimes what you hear, those critical voices, they're louder than that subtle inner voice. That is true, your true voice. So reach out to me and jump into this, because spots are limited and I don't want you to miss into this, out of this, miss out on this, whatever that is. I always say this, the more I speak German, the more I forget words in English, you know? But anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you. And if you feel called and you are ready to really transform your life, you are ready to let go. And it's quite interesting because when I see many of people's relationships were on the verge of divorce and all that, it's because sometimes you need help on something and your partner is willing to help, but you, because of the beliefs that you have, the wounds that you have, you are not asking for that. And then you feel like, I'm alone. You're not alone. You are not meant to go through this life.